Hello and welcome to another unboxing video. Got myself another toy today. This is the Dji RSC 2 Pro combo. This is just going to be a kind of unboxing. I'm filming this on the DJI Pocket 2 because my actual DSLR camera I'm going to be using with this is currently on charge. So let me see if I can find a cutting tool. Okay, so we have the DJI RSC 2. I went for the Pro combo, so this has all the little extras and shebang. So there's a mobile adapter, a focus ring motor, etc. I only have a Sony a6100 camera, so I don't need anything that's sort of any more robust than this. I would love to get the sort of extending arms, the sort of twister handles, but they're currently out of stock everywhere. I'm used to using kind of, sorry about all the noise. I'm used to using very kind of cheap gimbals, but they've never really kind of done what I need them to do, so I'm hoping this will be the solution. So this is the RSC2, like I said, it's the latest Ronin kind of lightweight, I suppose, gimbal model. Because the RS2 is the sort of more professional version of the 2. Now the RS2 is obviously a lot more costly than this one, and it's got more options available because of that. So the actual RS2 has a LiDAR sensor, this one does not. So, got a nice little handle to pull it all out with. And then I'll just drop all the instructions and manuals and all that other gubbins. Let's take this foam off the top. So what's all in here? Quick start guide, Raven Eye image transmitter, so it can actually do active focus, so it can, using your mobile phone, you select your subject and you can get the tripod to, well, the sort of gimbal to follow you, I suppose. Let's open this up. So let's take this little mat off. There we go. So there we have the gimbal itself. This can do an underarm sling, so you can kind of have this like briefcase mode for transport. So when you're kind of getting on low angle shots, this can kind of do that natively, but then obviously in kind of like a torch mode as well. I'll do kind of more videos on this in the future when I've actually kind of can go out and show you use cases of it. Oh, it's so cold because this is just literally 5 minutes before doing this video came through the door. What have we got in here? I'm guessing this is all our cables, so yep, hundreds of cables. So we have every adapter to USB-C for our cameras and such. We have various HDMI's adapters again, depending on what camera we're using. USB to USB-C, which I presume is probably for charging purposes. So because this is a Pro model, this should also have the Raven Eye and other accessories, which I'm guessing are in this compartment. Yep. So I wish I could kind of show you this better, but I'm kind of limited with my setup at the moment, hence why I wanted to do something like this. We have a phone holder, so this attaches to one of the sides. We have a metal tripod stand, so the difference between the Pro and the RSC2 standard is on the RSC2 Pro you get a metal one instead of a plastic one of these, and then obviously the extra accessories. We have our hot shoe swap plate, so we can kind of swap out this, again depending on what tripod we typically use. Careful, a little bit careful with this one. This is our focus motor. It's a bit hard to see, but you can see all these little gears here. Those are attached to a band that we strap around our lens on our camera, so we can use it to pull in focus or such. In the top zip up here, what do we have? We have all our threads. So this is for the swap plate, I believe. We have our Raven Eye, so this is the wireless transmitter. This uses its own Wi-Fi signal, and you connect your phone to it, and then you tell the phone app where you want it to, the subject to be kind of tracked. On the other side, if I can get it out without everything falling, the strap to go around our camera for the focus, so that goes with the motor. Let's get all this out. Oh. So, what is this? Some of this stuff I'm probably not. Oh, this is the rod. I'm not going to get it out, but it's basically just a metal rod that we use to extend the reach on here. So we attach a thing onto there so we can actually have the lens being supported. So if you're using heavier or longer lenses, you can have that, and that's also where the focus motor attaches onto. Yep, so this is the bracket, and the thread, the pole kind of feeds through there. You can tell I'm not a cinematographer. We have another plate, so I believe this is a slightly higher one than the one that comes on, slightly. And then we have our support here, which is for our lens. So if we're, again, like I said, if we're using a longer lens or heavier lens, you want this at the very end to basically prop up the lens and kind of help with the balancing of the gimbal. Oh god. So yeah, this is in its sort of slingshot mode at the moment. I'm going to have to read the instructions. I don't want to break this because this is for me a significant investment. So I will get this set up and I'll come back and sort of show you an overview of the kind of setup without, minus the camera obviously. Okay, so it's about an hour or so later and I've actually finally got it together. I made a kind of big mistake at the beginning. I kind of actually had this part here upside down, so the axis was actually inverted. So I was wondering, why are my ports not on the right side according to the diagrams? That was why. We've got our little focus wheel here. So this is a little dial. So as I turn this, or the motor turns it, the ring here is being rotated and focusing. You can see I've got my little tiny Sony A1600 and it should be balanced. So as I sort of knock it and rotate it, it's should be balanced quite well. I haven't included all the accessories because I'm using the stock lens. My goal eventually is to actually get a better lens on this camera, which at that point I'll be able to fit a little mount here, a little adapter to actually kind of hold it and support it, and this motor here will then be brought forwards. I'm going to have to trim this and order some more of these ties when I do get a new lens. Kind of hesitant to do so quite yet until I'm kind of sure that this is set up correctly. Now the next thing I've got to do is put this on charge for several hours. You can see we've got a little transmitter at the bottom here. This is causes a headache. I'm not even sure all these cables are even in the right connectors at this point in time. And I'll have to do a bit of cable management as well, potentially. Let's rotate this round. So I fitted the phone holder here, which you might just be able to see. So this is kind of a way of viewing what the camera feed can see. It's fed to the transmitter, which then feeds it to the Ronin app, which could be either mounted on here or just held elsewhere. We have a little joystick that will allow us to control the movement of this gimbal. A record button that if you press once records, if you double press I believe it does photo. We have a programmable button I believe. Whoop, don't want to turn that, it's on the stand. We have our menu selection wheel here so we can turn up and down and press in to select. Our back button. Back here we have a trigger, and again I think that can be adjusted to what that does. And then we have our focus wheel. So this here, I'm going to set this to adjust our focus wheel, so a little motor at the front, but you can actually adjust this to adjust other things like ISO, etc. So I'm kind of hoping this setup's right. If it isn't, there may be some changes and I'm sure somebody will tell me. I dare say by the time this actually goes out, I'd have figured out what the issue is and fix it myself anyway. But yeah, this is kind of, you can sort of see this is built for, you know, rather more substantial cameras than the one I'm using. But I wanted it for kind of the future and for sort of other reasons. I'm not going to show you sort of briefcase mode in this video, where I can kind of unlock this handle, snaps back, and you can hold it like underarm. I don't really want to do that at the moment because I'm not 100% sure this is correct, so I want to try it in this mode first, get sure this is configured correctly first. If that works, then I'll try it out in the underhand sort of briefcase mode and torch mode, etc., because this can do portrait. And yeah, that's my unboxing of it. I'll give you impressions and some thoughts and some footage once I've actually got to play with it. I've now got to put it on charge for several hours, so fun times. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.